Chris Watkins' music and history. The availability of information and knowledge over the internet has broken down many barriers like never before in the history of mankind. The mobility of these resources is also something that draws attention. With better choice, society can access a range of resources from information, training, and entertainment. In the field of entertainment we have the arts, and in the arts wing we have the music. In a not too distant past the musical medium was so disputed that it was almost a dream to record an album and even more painful to publicize it. With the advent of new digital technologies and the web, this contest has become fairer, revealing new and talented artists who are just a click away from the audience. In this scenario we find the musician, singer, and songwriter Chris Watkins. Chris is from San Jose, California, known for his beautiful beaches and surfing tournaments. Although he was born in the land of the sun, the artist tells us that he spent his childhood in Anchorage, a port city in Alaska, and most of his time was spent reading. Chris was influenced by music very early, through the hymns that were sung in the church he frequented with the family. The artist developed his singing style and technique on his own, he never attended classes. Chris tells us that when he is developing a composition he does not make pause, all the time he is handling the guitar and working on it, when he is not composing he doesn't touch it. About the difficulties in the beginning of the musical career, the artist says that for him the greatest of them was to live in a region where there was no music industry. However, through his father, he learned to play his main instrument, the guitar, and continued to develop his artistic skills. The artist adds that his first instrument had been borrowed from the music school and chose the guitar because of its portability. The artists who inspire him are Bob Dylan, Lou Reed, and Leonard Cohen. Chris began composing at the age of 16. His inspiration for writing comes from life and art in general. Unlike other songwriters, Chris has a peculiar creative process, usually devoting himself to creating his songs for 4 to 5 months a year, and the other part of the time he passes preparing for a new cycle of creations. On musical collaborations, the artist adds that it varies from project to project, however each new album is collaboration in a sense. Among his favorite compositions are Dark Old Houses and Lasses and Ladies, 2016. His most recent work is the album Lights All Askew, recorded in 2016. It contains the songs Munich, Looking Glass Life, Soldiers and Dogs, Ivory Towers, Lasses and Ladies, Dark Old Houses, Broken Gate, Cheerleader in Love, Soul's Midnight, and Lights All Askew. Chris comments that the difficulty in the musical career, both in the past, as it is currently, is related to money. However, the artist points out that he has become accustomed to this. Asked about what led him to work with music, the artist emphasizes, because this is the last refuge of an intellectual. Asked about how he sees the complexity of the world, the composer points out that people in countries like Brazil will have to make their voices heard in the face of the political changes imposed by America. Chris reveals that his great faith in the world's future lies in the youth of the world from countries like Brazil. According to the artist, propaganda is something that annoys him a lot. What makes him feel good are artists who seek to help each other and respect each other as well. About the music, Chris defines that it has always been in his life. And to conclude the interview, the artist makes the following recommendation: don't listen to corporations, use your head. To know more about Chris Watkins, visit Chris Watkins' official website on chriswatkinsdrunkpoets.weebly.com. By Zel Florizel. You can find more indie artists' histories on zelflorizel.blogspot.com.